welcome all to Season 2 of Rock Solid Wrestling Talk Podcast. With me, as usual, we have Chico Libre here in the booth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know how we do it. And Kenny Cornett all the way down there in the chat. You already know.
Yeah, it's the first time for everything.
Yeah, he's loving it. We all loving it. We're all here, and we know you're loving it. And we know we love Buck Nasty right here on the mic. We already know. Lots to talk about, gentlemen. Lot been going on for AEW lately. I don't want to say, I'm going to hate. You know what? I'm going to hate. WWE hasn't really been nice to anybody, so it's terrible. I'm sorry. It's just bad, man.
Yep. More releases.
And that's just really sad. That's a good thing. We can start off on that because we didn't get a chance to get back with you guys because we were, off season. So there have been some releases, and man, it's been a whirlwind. I believe, when did this happen again?
It was a couple weeks ago.
Okay. So, I think, right after Full Gear had to be, so...
Like a few days later.
Okay. So,
I forgot who all got released.
that's what I'm looking up right now.
I can name off the top of the dome. So,
Okay, let's do it, Chico.
Yeah. Most notable being John Morrison again.
Oh, boy. That's not...
Johnny.
He's going to become Johnny
Release.
Johnny Elites. Oh, man. Who else we got?
I'll take him. Another most notable is the rest of Hit Row. Swerve.
God. That
Adonis,
pissed me off.
and the one that was talking out of his ass, Top Dollar.
See, Top Dollar, he kind of deserved that, in my opinion. So, I mean, he should just stop. Just stop. Just be quiet. Just stop talking.
Aren't
For
they
real.
saying that he's the catalyst to them getting fired?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Good. I mean, not that they got fired, but
Right. But that just goes to show you that if they were just really that expendable, they didn't have big plans for them to begin with.
not at all.
And this is an ongoing theme with them. It's like, if you don't have plans for these people, why are you bringing them up?
I don't understand. I'll never understand. You don't want to get promoted to the main roster anymore. That's how it goes.
Because he wants to slap those 90-day non-competes.
Yeah, that's literally it, instead of the 30 that you get in NXT.
Yeah. And I want to say something to Top Dollar specifically. I know he's not watching this.
Shoot.
Shoot. All right. Listen, this is an entire wrestling industry. A lot of people know each other. Particularly the Young Bucks have a lot of friends in the WWE locker room. So if you try to come in there flexing like you're this big superstar, and then you're talking shit about the Bucks, who have a lot of pull in this new company that we love, it's not going to end well.
No.
And that goes to Top Dollar, and that goes to I gotta bring her out there, Shotzi Blackheart too.
Oh.
Who's always every so often talking about when AEW botches stuff. And all
You're talking about the Jericho thing, right? The blood and guts?
Yeah,
specifically.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say to you, Shotzi, is good luck finding a job after you get cut.
Yeah, 'cause she's gonna get cut.
And that'll be a good segue into your homegirl, Tegan Knox, who got cut.
I can't believe that one. Like why? She's so talented. And they should have. Okay, so the only way I would have accepted Tegan Knox getting released is if they put Condoleezza Rice as part of the. No, I'm playing. If they put who is it? Tony Storm with it, because I like them both, and it's not that I want them to get fired, well, kinda, but I want them to get fired for my selfish gain, because I want them at AEW.
Well, yeah, at this point, you can't help but, the way they're releasing people, you can't help but just rub your hands like Birdman and be like, yes, more talent coming soon.
More.
At the same time, though, they are getting kind of full, but we can dive
Yeah.
into that a little bit later. But
Yeah.
I think they're looking at Knox too as injury prone. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Because she's still young, so you can't blame the age factor on that.
Mhm.
I think it's just that she's been in and out. quite
no,
a
she
bit.
tore her ACL like twice.
Yeah. Was it the same ACL? Was it the same
I
one?
believe it wasn't the same one.
Oh, boy. At least when Triple H tore his quads, it was the two separate ones. So, but Triple H's like, well, you know, Tegan, you're not supposed to tear the same one.
What's that guy from Anchorman that got his arms mauled by the bear?
Oh, God, I did not see that coming.
This is getting recorded.
I'm gonna straight up murder your ass. But who else got released?
Shane Thorne from
Oh yeah,
formerly TMDK.
a lot of people were upset about that one.
I thought it was TM61.
That was the NXT slate.
Okay.
Alright,
That makes sense. But just these releases in general, man, like, and it happened right before the holiday too, right before Thanksgiving, and
Happy Thanksgiving. You're
Happy
okay.
Thanksgiving. But that's just really sad. I'm sorry. It just
Wait till
is.
Christmas.
Oh boy, I'll say that. Well, it's becoming commonplace for WWE. So I mean, to be able to not really take into account what is going on around them and focusing on, well, budget cuts, you know. And you know who's saying that. That's why I said it like that, because you know who's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm start making these phone
Johnny
calls.
And he don't care either. Now that Carano's not there, he's gonna have to do it. He don't care.
I mean, it's not just him; it's everybody. You know, it's Vince himself is
Yeah.
signing on it. Nick Khan, Johnny
Nick
Ace,
Khan.
I'm sure Bruce Pritchard, maybe even
Yeah.
fuck two bitch ass
Vince,
Kevin
I don't know what to tell you, Vince, but it's just not working out with some of these cats. I mean, we don't have any stories for them, so we might as well just go on cut and lose.
Yeah, and that's their
Yeah.
excuse. That's their excuse. We have nothing for you. Like, I got nothing for you either. Like, stop.
Yeah, what's your releases?
Right, like,
You can't even write.
at all. It's them, right? It's them writing it. It's them sucking the teeth. And then they get fired for performing their stuff that they got given.
They're writing Once Upon a Time, and they're just writer's block.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, and we're seeing that the wrong people are getting punished for this
Yeah.
direction that the E just wants to stay in.
Yep.
But meanwhile, the talents that have come over from the E to AEW, pretty much every single one of them has thrived.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moxley, FTR,
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Bobby Fish, as old as he is, he's still pulling off
Oh,
good
yeah.
matches and performances.
I saw on Twitter recently that people were like, it was one in particular, I forgot who said it, but if you're listening, shout out to you. I don't know your Twitter name, but they were like, I wasn't sure about Bobby Fish coming in, but now that I'm seeing him wrestle and stuff like that, like, they definitely made the right call. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he was always the homie.
He was always great. Like he's my favorite of the Undisputed era. Like I loved how he presented himself. That mustache, like that evil mustache. It just works, man. The mouthpiece with the fish teeth. It's so good. I like his presentation. Always have.
And I'm still waiting on Kyle O'Reilly to come through.
Yeah. When's his contract up?
I believe soon. I believe this week.
Okay, hopefully, yeah, because Gargano's is up this week, I believe, but he signed a 1-week extension.
But did you see how bad that is?
Yeah.
You can't sign a long contract extension. You have to sign it for
Alright,
1 week.
You can tell it's like, all right, I'll do one more.
Yeah, exactly. Adam
Yeah.
Cole did the same thing though, but it was longer only because how much longer he had until TakeOver. He wanted to do that for Kyle.
Yeah, and also
He's got
Gargano,
Hunter.
he's in the
Yeah.
War Games match, right?
Yeah. the War Games match?
Yeah, in Gargano, he's never done a war
Oh,
Games
yeah,
match in
yeah.
all the time he's been there.
I think he's tying that up. I'm waiting for the one person to make it seem like they're leaving WWE and get the fans all riled up like, oh, I'm coming to AEW, blah, 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 and all of that, not directly saying it, and then try and do a WWE thing and swerve it and say, oh, this was part of the story, this was part of the plan all along, I was never leaving, and get heel heat off of that, like, no, don't do that.
I don't know, but they better not.
They better not. Oh man. Oh, I'm not happy at all. Ah. But,
No takesies, backsies.
oh my God. Like, I really want Kevin Owens to leave. Kevin Steen. I'm gonna will it into existence.
He's coming.
Kevin Steen.
I feel it in my heart.
I feel like that's the only logical step for him to take, for one, because Kenny Omega went home a little bit. He's getting surgery, stuff like that. Best wishes to the cleaner, Kenny Omega. We love you, man. Come on back soon. And you made a believer out of Cornette down there, so.
You still suck.
Stop lying. You love him.
Don't believe these guys.
You
I
know-
don't like you.
Oh my God.
I want to like you, but I don't want to.
I can like him, but I don't want
Yeah.
No, just no selling. That's fine.
I respect you, Booker Man.
But WWE lately is like this Code Zero because they give 0 fucks. We give 0 fucks. That is coined by Chico, I believe, and it's just like, okay, you know what? You get to thinking about WWE and a lot of like the stuff that's been happening with it lately, aside from the releases. So like they just had Survivor Series. Want to talk about this crap? They advertised, they didn't wear advertising, they were teasing it. They were trying to do the AEW thing and tease somebody coming in or something like that, and they got shafted by The Rock.
Yeah, but you get bread from the AEW. They were
Yeah.
just out in the open with
Yeah.
players and smoke signals and
They put it.
Yay!
Whatever.
Hooray! The Rock's
Let's not talk
coming!
about him.
Yay! Well, Survivor Series, that's where he's gonna be. And The Rock was like, shut up!
I'm not gonna be there.
That's where he debuted. It's a damn shame though, because they just kept going.
I mean, that was a waste of a moment.
Yeah, man. I guess Rock couldn't get back and stuff like that from like, what was it Australia that he's in?
Yeah, he was somewhere overseas and COVID.
Yeah, with Red Notice.
Yeah, but that is no excuse to not still do a live via satellite moment like you normally do for most people.
But see, that's the problem. It's not on The Rock. I never thought this was a Rock problem. It was WWE jumping the gun. That's what I felt like. They knew where he was.
And that's true, but granted, if they knew where he was, they could have said, hey, could you do via satellite since you can't make it?
I
They
wouldn't have
never
wanted
reach
to.
out.
I wouldn't have wanted to do it anyway. I don't think he's done it via satellite since Cena called him out on it. Well, way back, like almost 10 years ago.
I'm gonna put your head of the
I thought you were doing, who was that recently? Somebody just did that, kept looking at.
Oh, that would be Little Miss Aaliyah.
Yeah,
Before
okay.
Survivor Series.
She's so scared, I'm sorry. But it's The Rock with the promo notes on his forearm, yeah, it's, oh boy.
Smudge the ink all off.
I mean, I don't get it, like, I wouldn't want
You taking me back though, that was some good build up to that WrestleMania match.
to. Yeah?
Cena called him out on the promo. notes.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, Cena won that
Yeah, he did, because he really made Rock work.
won that promo work. Yeah.
Because he was gonna lose. So, went on TV, lose on TV, went on pay-per-view. That's all happened with The Rock. So, it sucks, but like with Survivor Series, just the whole show, I heard, because I didn't watch it. I refuse to watch it. I'm sorry, I can't. Buck Nasty cannot.
It's unwatchable.
It is. It's completely unwatchable, at least for me. And it just makes no sense to me. Like, how can you have all this talent and just nothing be on the show that I would want to watch? It's the same climaxes in every match. as I watched the end of Big E and Roman. Obviously, Roman won again. Obviously, we knew he was gonna get there.
Roman won again.
Yep.
Groundhog Day.
And it sucks because it's feeling like Roman is feeling like new variant after variant after variant of COVID or something like that, where just where you think, oh, something's gonna happen, no, there comes another one.
Oh, and wasn't he the only one to win from SmackDown?
That's
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah, they're trying to put Raw over because ratings.
And that's the point that I wanted to get to.
What's that?
Roman is your face of this entire company. Roman is on SmackDown. Wouldn't you want to make that look like the dominant brand? No, you went with Raw instead. And nobody likes Raw. Nobody tunes into Raw.
They figure Roman can stand on his own with the rest of the Raw. Because I don't know how, but SmackDown keeps getting over 2 million views and stuff like that. And Raw even is getting like 1.4, 1.5.
But even so, they basically buried SmackDown by
Exactly.
having Roman Reigns be the only one
And
winning.
they're making that
You're
look
just
like a
telling them that
one-man
everybody
show.
else ain't shit.
And they say that there's a story coming out of it. Like Roman is just so upset at SmackDown and his, the SmackDown people say, "What are you guys doing now? But I'm the only one that had to carry the show."
We're supposed to be a family.
Right.
And you lost. You're
Like-
making me look bad.
I'm not good with it. I'm not
Come
cool
on,
with
guys.
it. I'm just not. I'm not cool with just everything that WWE is doing. Like, there's no other stars. And that brings me to my next point. The question of the week. Is there, in AEW, we got the 4 pillars. That's Sammy Guevara, that's Jungle Boy, that's Darby Allin, and Britt Baker. No, I mean, and MJF. But is there? And those are pretty spot on for AEW. And you can feel that they are the future of that company. Once Kenny and the Bucks step aside, Brian said that he's got maybe 3 good years left on like active duty and stuff like that. So, and once Punk steps aside and Jericho and all of them, the future of AEW is in good hands. But is there a such thing as the 4 pillars of I almost said 3CW of WWE?
Nope.
Short and long answer, nope, for Cornette. What about you, Chico? What do you think?
Well, anybody who is somewhat relevant is established already. If you want to throw in, like, Seth Rollins, we got to get to that later.
Yeah.
And you could say Big E, who's the champion right now, but that took like 10 years.
Yeah.
And speaking of that and Survivor Series Fallout, that whole thing with the egg. And then
I forgot about the egg.
Mine was just face palm.
yeah. And then
Yeah, that's all that needs to be
they,
said about that.
they tried to use that to like put over Austin Theory.
How does that put somebody over? Like, not even just Austin Theory, but what's the
Cause he got a title shot.
why?
And you use that as the main focus of the show, only to get people to tune in the next night on Raw to see the fallout of what happened to the egg.
Right. And the reason why I bring
That is
this up,
lazy booking.
Lazy booking.
Shout out, Cornette.
and the reason why I'm putting Austin Theory's name out there is that he is somebody who could be a pillar of the E because we know him from Evolve.
Yeah.
And when we saw him, when I first saw him in Evolve, like, I could see back then, like, he could possibly be, like, a John Cena type.
Yeah, I've always liked his look.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has talent, they're just not using it right.
Yeah.
Just like that Timo dude, I don't even know if he's still there.
Sabatelli?
Yeah, Sabatelli. Like, I liked his look. I really did. I really did. I'm not gonna lie.
He keeps tearing his pecs off.
He had nothing else from what I remember.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's, tearing his pecs off and shit, like,
Kind of flexing this.
But it's just sad, they're doing all this corny shit, to somewhat put him on. And
yeah. But
it's
that's
not gonna
like
work.
company-wide, is what they're, like,
Yeah.
And
Hokey
they're
shit.
using a recycled gimmick. You
What
had
gimmick
Tyler
is that?
Breeze doing the selfie, but with the stick.
Oh, yeah.
He's going around just using
Yeah.
phones
Yeah,
and
rehash,
taking selfies.
yeah, rehash.
He's just
gimmick.
rehashing the gimmick.
yeah,
You could've let
taking
Tyler
people's
Breeze
picture
do it.
without their permission, like,
Yeah.
that's like
Man.
some type of rape. But still, it's just, all of it is just so lame. That's my problem, is, like, how? Like, nobody can find, and then the E-drones make it so much worse by swearing it's the best thing ever. Like, stop, it's not.
Those E-drones know who they are.
They just keep going. Yeah, y'all know who y'all are, specifically. Chico, you gotta look like you got something to say.
Yeah, we gotta get into some more on this E versus AEW thing. You're really gonna sit there and tell me that you'd rather watch a storyline about an egg to promote a movie on Netflix? The star is not even at the show on his 20th anniversary, 25th anniversary, or to even like do a via satellite thing. You tell me you would rather watch that than Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson? Are
Yeah.
you serious?
And somebody had
Serious,
nerve
bro?
to, like, put, I forgot what it was, I think it was the Big E Roman match, saying, oh, it's better, because I really feel like the E-drones, they'll just take because in order to know about these matches, they have to be closet AEW watchers. There's no way. But they're just hating it just for the sake of hating. That's my effing job. Leave it to Buck Nasty, alright? But, I mean, and make sure your people is there to see the game.
Because you will get embarrassed.
It might get embarrassed.
But
But,
pancakes made that.
but they need, that's my point though, like, they know they're watching it, they know they enjoy it, they just refuse to say, oh, I enjoy it. Like, I'm sorry, it's just, the Big E Roman match is not better than Omega Hangman from this year's Full Gear. It's not. Just stop. Would you cut the malarkey? Like, seriously. But, like, why do they do this stuff? Like, why do y'all think they do this stuff? What is?
Denial.
Yeah,
Like deep down, they gotta know like the show sucks, but they just don't want to really admit it, and they still. And E-drones have this like undying loyalty. A lot of
Yeah.
them have been watching it their whole lives.
And I used to
They
be
just don't
that.
wanna-
I used to be that. We
All
used
you
to
have
be
to do is
that.
relationship.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's an
Yeah.
abusive relationship.
Yeah.
It's an abused relationship.
Stockholm
They keep
syndrome.
going back to the abuse. Okay, listen.
They have identified with their characters.
I was watching WWF when I was a kid. I'm 36 now.
Read this one.
So that's over 30 years. And I left.
Yeah.
So if I can do it, anybody can.
Oh yeah. And I was the one saying
Yeah.
to these guys all the time.
You were one of them weighed out
Guys,
niggas.
yeah, guys, take the bad to get to the good. How bad things were where they kept ripping Daniel Bryan's stuff away from us, and they'll lead up to WrestleMania 30 and stuff like that. A story they fell into unwillingly, and they kept ripping it, and they kept bringing it away from us and stuff like that. And I was like, guys, just take the bad. You know where it's gonna end up. And I still had faith in WWE or whatever. This was like 8 years ago. And then I will always credit this with me leaving WWE. It was the Hell in a Cell, Seth and Bray.
Yeah,
I cried that night. Like, I wept. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was so upset. Just like, man, this is stupid. I'm done.
I didn't even watch it, and I unsubscribed from the network.
Yeah.
On the spot.
I legit, I remember it was in my
I have
front
not
room
been
up
back.
there, and it was bad, man. Like, I sat there, and it's just like, I didn't cry because the match was so bad or anything like that. I cried because I realized it was the end with me and WWE. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and even with the then current product being as bad as it was, like, at least you had the networks, you could look back on the good times, the way
Right.
the old format was. Now it's just another tab on Peacock.
Yeah, it's so convoluted, and it's just like, I'm not happy with it.
The sucky part about that is, even if you do go back to watch that stuff, a lot of that stuff is edited now.
Yeah,
Cut
yeah,
out
they
all the
edit.
good stuff.
Yes.
So now everything is worded down.
And I'm saying this as a once fan of WWE. I survived 2010 WWE. Come on, if that wasn't loyalty, I don't know what was. Because 2010 was the shittiest year in WWE history. Bar none. Like, no other year touches it. I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't.
Yeah, basically to the E-Shields, like, we know your way of thinking because we used to be you.
Yeah. We used to be you. We used to be drones.
Yeah, you can't BS the BS.
Right,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. You can't hustle the hustlers.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
We're talking to the ultimate hustler. But, getting back to that four pillars question, the question of the week. It's just, do you consider the four horsewomen the pillars?
I was just about to say that, literally. If you want to look at the four pillars, look at the four horsemen.
Of the women's division, sure.
But then, yeah, that's why I'm saying that.
The current women's division.
I
Right.
would think for the entire company,
Yeah,
in
because
my opinion.
nobody else is coming close, and they're all booked super strong.
And it was mainly because of their work that they've gotten, like, other women's matches that the men's matches have, like Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble.
We can credit them with a lot.
Even more proof of that,
Last
they
week-
were
last week.
originally supposed to main event Survivor Series before they put Roman and Big E. in that.
Yeah, they switched it the
They
last
changed it
minute.
the day of.
Yeah.
But they were going to main event the show. That just shows you how much pull they had.
That just took whatever heat that Becky and Charlotte had off. Because
Yeah.
I know, we all know, that was a work.
It's a
Like,
work.
They know damn well they're still friends and stuff like that. That was a work. You're that worked up over a Charlotte literally dropping a belt. Like, stop.
Yeah, but they supposedly built off of this, like, real drama, and then
Uh-huh.
it ends with a roll-up.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, wait, who won that?
Becky.
Oh, God.
And then, yeah, and then I saw the Becky post interview where she's talking about, like, I didn't win the way I wanted, but a win's a win. It's like, okay, so why'd you book it
Right,
like that?
exactly. Why'd you roll her up? Like, the hell? See, we're all hand in our hands, face palming, stuff like that. We gotta get away from WWE right now. We gotta talk some good
Yeah, that's
AEW stuff because AEW, yeah, that's enough.
I'm getting pissed off now.
Exactly. Now, let's just talk about AEW. They've been on such a roll lately. Like, this past week, MJF and CM Punk went 20 goddamn minutes in the ring just talking, and it was the best thing that you'll ever see.
Best thing of the week.
That thing was so good, it was like a match in itself
Yeah.
without physical violence.
Exactly. It was, I think the promo was equivalent to, like, the Shawn Michaels Undertaker WrestleMania 25 type thing. How big a deal it was, how great it was, and for how long it was, I feel like it was on par with that, promo-wise. For two people to be sparring back and forth like that, we're not talking about pipe bomb or anything like that, somebody's that's cutting a promo by themselves. We're talking about back and forth exchange.
Yeah, verbal jousting.
Right.
pretty much.
And that's only their second segment together.
Yep. And the first segment was good too. They just,
Yeah.
MJF was there and he walked away.
It was just a taste.
Yeah.
But it was enough.
That was enough. And this is something that AEW does amazingly well. Is they know how to whet your appetite for things.
And they honestly can keep that going without touching each other until the match.
Yeah.
At least a week before the match. Because you're going to want that match even more.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna get like a Pinnacle beatdown on Punk at some
Yeah,
point.
we're gonna have to. Like the accountability buddies. You know, they gotta be accountable. Punk is, I really like, I don't want Punk to enter into a situation where he like beats them all or something like that, like what he did with the Shield. Like, I don't want that necessarily.
Yeah, back then, just real quick, the Shield just should have been Punk's bodyguards.
Yeah, that was the original idea.
We would have accepted it.
That was the original idea, and, no, pal, we're gonna go a different way. We have something better in mind. And then they barely work together.
But yeah, God forbid the champion that you don't want to begin with,
Yeah.
give somebody else the rub.
Well, didn't you hear? CM Punk had nothing to do with the Shield. So, I mean, what can you
It
say?
was only his idea, but whatever.
Ah, man, who was gonna be in the Shield instead of, it was somebody that was supposed to be in the Shield.
Chris Hero was supposed to
Yeah,
be
okay.
Roman Reigns' spot.
Okay, yeah, and, yeah, cause Punk put it together.
Chris Hero's Punk's homie.
And of course, you're gonna put Chris Hero in it. And then when I think Chris Hero, I think of Cesaro. Have we heard from him lately?
No.
Has he been on WWE TV?
Yeah, he
Cesaro, he fought Ridge Holland, I think, Friday.
Yeah, he won a match on Friday.
Another
that
NXT
will-
call-up.
That will lead to nothing.
Oh, that's the, okay. Rich Holland, he lost, didn't he?
That was one that's buddy with Sheamus right now.
Oh, God. See, and that's how Sheamus got in. He buddy with Triple H. So the dance continues, I guess.
Butt buddies.
And for the people who are upset that Punk is not, in the main event and going with the top guys,
Yeah, thank you.
you have to give it time. I compare it to working out in the gym. You don't just do one workout and all of a sudden you got muscles and you're just strong.
Yeah, you
And
can't
your
do
cardio is automatically built up. No, you have to build up your cardio. And that's what I compare this Punk careers right now. He's taking his time, he's facing these guys, and he's working his way up and rebuilding his cardio that he has not had for 7 years.
Yeah.
Once he get his win back, then he'll start going to the top guys. So you gotta give him some time to get where he needs to be.
I feel like Bryan is gonna at some point, get the title. I think the title is gonna go Bryan, Punk, MJF. That's what I feel like it's gonna go.
Could happen.
Because, if Bryan's heel right now, which, again,
Oh no, he's
stellar
not,
job.
he's not heel, he's being himself.
Yeah, he's being himself, but I like that. I like that. Keep it up.
You're like, what? What did I do?
Literally it. Like, boo, Bryan.
I'm just doing my
What
thing.
did I do? But I feel like it's gonna go from a tweener heel Bryan, from Hangman to Bryan. Not right away, but I want that shock victory. Like, Bryan could do it. Like, we wanted Hangman to be champion for so long, but then again, who can he all feud with right now? That's another topic I want to get on to.
Good question, because before this whole Punk Bryan signings, I figured MJF would be the one to crush Hangman's hopes
Yeah.
and dreams, but Bryan is perfectly capable
Yeah.
of that. He is like hot.
Exactly, and Hangman that's my point. Hangman has time to win multiple titles
So
in
does
AEW.
MJF.
Yeah.
And so does MJF. That's why they need to be out of the picture. Punk and Bryan need to be next on that, big time. Get some matches in, stuff like that. Walk around with a little bit, and then why not?
But it is at a point where even if Bryan doesn't win this title match,
Yeah.
and I'd be okay with it just because I figure this is a company that I can wait out for.
Oh yeah, they're worth the wait. They've
Yeah,
proven that time
they're
and
in
time
my
again.
faith.
Time and time again, and that's one of the key differences between WWE. I was just talking about that. Oh, take the bad, wait it out, get to the good. No, we don't have to do that with AEW.
Yeah.
We just, we enjoy the ride.
Yeah. And one thing I want to point out, more differences. AEW's main storyline is, it's a man who wants to get the title so bad that he's willing to get at the champion and beat up all of his friends in order
Yeah.
to get to it.
Yep.
Whereas the E's main storyline this week was a fucking golden egg.
It's just it's the contrast that made it. every time you say the golden egg, I always think of that Vince McMahon photo going like this. Or whatever his face is or something.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
so stupid.
That picture is priceless, though. I will
It's
say that.
so dumb, him getting out of the limo and the face he has. It's just
Right.
like, he's
And
so
it-
proud.
and it took him forever to even react.
Right.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
guys.
Isn't that saying
Say you're happy.
Isn't that saying that they have all the jobbers like clapping for me? to come
Right,
in?
that's what it
Like-
was, the jobbers.
like, do you know you're getting fired soon?
Right.
Even Roman had no interest. He was in the office like, really?
Oh yeah, and this storyline, this egg storyline
I'm gonna
concerns
need my
me.
contract to be $100 million.
Like, I didn't even see that promo or whatever because it's Survivor Series, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
So yeah, we ain't watched it. Like after that, but like you said, with Danielson and the Dark Order, it's such simple stories that just work, and we like seeing that stuff, like, and then they can go back and call on this stuff. So that just all of it, like, and this will play into like the Elite hiatus and stuff like that, especially if Brian takes the title or whatever, like so soon. I would want people to be like, because AEW hasn't really upset anybody yet.
No.
Like they've been catering to the fans and stuff like that. There are booking decisions that you have to do to like be selfish and further a story or whatever. So like, I had a story in 3CW where as somebody, they won the title, we wanted him to win it for so long. Won the title, lost it the very next month, and it tied into another big story, whereas the main payoff to that story, that he lost the title, didn't need the title whatsoever. It was just a big marquee match. You can just keep going like that and threading stories and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're a company that can have a legit #1 contender
Yeah.
and still give somebody else a title match that's still interesting.
Yep. And then play to the ranking systems when they need to.
Right.
That's the kicker. Like the ranking system alone is just it's top notch. Like it's the bee's knees, item 9. I mean, it's great.
And even if they don't necessarily win the big match, they can still come back and win other
Yeah.
matches and still look credible. Like that's another big difference. They know how to book their people
Yeah. Yeah.
and keep their people.
And they also know how to cycle their talent
Yes.
Yeah.
very well. Tony Khan said specifically, that's why there's so many people on the roster right now, is because you don't get tired of people. Like I was watching it with somebody on Wednesday, and
You
he
can
was
rotate these guys.
Yeah, literally it. And it's just like, we haven't seen Lance Archer in a while because he's hurt, but Moxley just came back at New Japan
Oh, he's back already?
and teamed with Kingston because he had a commitment. He had a match commitment.
Oh. Oh, they don't care if you're drunk, apparently.
Well, I feel like that was more of a Moxley move or whatever. Like he's doing good enough that he didn't have to cancel that and stuff like that. Especially with
Okay.
New Japan being here in the U.S. right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so that kudos to Moxley for that.
That's another thing though, like even with these, when shit happens, like with Moxley and Omega being gone, last year it would have been a problem.
Right.
Now it's not, because
Yeah.
you have plenty of guys that you can usher in, because
That's right,
you
yeah.
have people
That's-
strong and credible.
That's the best part about it. And that's what we're talking about with the cycling talent and stuff like that. You can cycle. You still have big names to bring out and stuff like that, and just like work. And if somebody needs to take time off, like Kenny Omega, like that, he can take his time off, and star power will not suffer. Like that's what's cool about it. So in WWE, you don't have anybody
Yeah.
with star power.
If Roman Reigns gets fucked up, they are fucked.
Yeah. If Roman Reigns leaves, they're effed.
Yeah.
So.
They're gonna have to call up Steiner Breaker early and
Oh God.
have
Steiner
it,
Breaker?
whatever the fuck his name is.
Run breaker.
And have him and Austin Theory be your WrestleMania main event.
Oh God. Like what's Seth gonna do?
Let me stop before I give him ideas.
Oh man, but
That's
see
a good
that's the
one.
thing
I
I
like
forgot.
that.
Yeah. listening to the Rock Solid Wrestling Talk podcast. Chico just said something that was brilliant. Right into
We're gonna do Steiner Breaker versus Austin Theory, pal.
It's gonna be good shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I almost said that, I swear to
The
God.
greatest speeding match of all time, damn it.
Oh my God, it's just so convoluted. And then Becky, this is something I wanted to talk about. I caught her promo before Survivor Series or whatever, or after Survivor Series, I think it was.
The post one?
Yeah, where she was just like dogging the crowd. It was like, oh, we give you something, blah, blah, and then you, no, you're not, you're giving us new people in a picture. We know they're not gonna win. And so that's what we're complaining about, is the fact that the booking is lazy. It's lazy. That's what we're complaining about. Not the fact that we want new people in the picture. That's part of it. That's only part of it. We want fresh stories, fresh things. Why are you guys fighting? That's it. Give us something. But they don't do that. AEW does that.
I'm still bothered by Bianca having
Oh,
so
yeah.
much
Yeah.
credibility as a champ, as a new talent. She comes back.
I feel that for her, but
She
you know,
lost in 26 seconds, and she's been constantly losing to her ever since. And it's just killing her credibility. But they're trying to rebuild it back by letting her be the sole survivor.
Uh-huh.
It's too late.
Soul Survivor means nothing.
Yeah, it's too late.
It
in
means
my
nothing.
opinion.
It's a bragging right. So that they can highlight it every year. When they come back to Survivor Series. Like, no, that's not gonna work.
yeah, Hangman got built up in an entire 2 years in the
Yeah.
meantime, at least.
Yeah. And so that's why I say, like, I wouldn't mind Hangman losing that title, like, right away to Bryan, because Hangman's already given us the best story right now. And so he can diverge off into something else and give Bryan the title or whatever, but then again, you know, if Bryan doesn't get the title, who does he face? Like, who, they're gonna go back to the ranking systems, and then they'll have to build a story off of that. I don't doubt AEW can't do that, but, you know, why?
I know we've seen it multiple times, but I will still go for a Punk versus Bryan match.
Yeah, that's what I want.
In a different company where it will actually work.
Yeah, that's what I want. And so, the case in point, what was it? You could tell, okay, so WWE has a style. That's not, you know, that's not news. But you look at specifically AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Their New Japan match killed it. Absolutely killed. They nailed it. It was one of the best matches in New Japan history.
Mhm.
Then they go to WrestleMania 34, was it? Or something like that? And just, the WWE style was just so boring on them. I'm sorry. It's just, no, I'm not sorry. I take that back. It was boring. It was crap.
You,
And-
you definitely see the difference when it's a match without WWE handcuffs.
Yeah, that's literally it. WWE produced, because that's what they do. They produce the matches. Like, each match has an agent. And like, oh, we're gonna do it this way, we're gonna do that, and then you're gonna kick them in the nuts. And then I said, like, no,
They're
stop.
so micromanaged. You couldn't
That's
even-
it.
You couldn't even trust them to go out here and do their thing.
Yep.
Their crafts. Like,
And that's what AEW is doing right
take the
now.
reins off, let them do what they do best,
Yeah.
and that's wrestling.
And that's why and for some reason or another, WWE doesn't get everything they copy from AEW. They don't get that concept. They hear it from the people backstage, like, just let us do it, and they're like,
No.
no, we're not gonna do that. That's not
She
true.
don't want you to hurt yourself.
Right. What the
That got
hell?
no sense to that.
Right, like, and that's the problem. Like, that's what their problem is. They're not letting the wrestlers have a show. That's how it used to be, Ruthless Aggression era or whatever. Like, at least okay, it's always been. Whereas matches had producers, like specific matches, like they worked like Malenko or whoever was working on Finley, whoever's working with the people in the match. It's always been that. But you had these people that weren't like crazy into like the backstage stuff as to where they're being micromanaged to micromanage the match.
Yeah.
So it was looser in the Ruthless Aggression. It was way looser in the Attitude Era because they had a formula that just worked. We were kids. So
car crash TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that was him specifically. Russo. That was him
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, he was just in the right place at the right time.
Literally, he's not like a delicate genius or whatever. Like, but he's just he
I
likes to take a lot of.
single-handedly created the Attitude Era. What are you talking about?
I hear you have a brother, Vince.
Hey, bro. The WWE and AEW are in cahoots, bro.
How many times must I say this? Again and again. They are working together, these cocksuckers. I'm telling you, bro. Just wait for it to play out.
Oh my
It's
god.
gonna happen.
Now I guess the when you find out that there's something on a pole, it happening in AEW, he's somewhere lurking.
Oh, yeah.
So,
No AEW poll
yeah,
matches.
we don't need him. We don't need you.
Yeah. No polls allowed at AEW.
No polls allowed.
Another cool thing about AEW too is you got people like Dante Martin, for example.
Oh God, yes.
Highly talented.
Mm-hmm.
You could put him in there with, people like Bryan and Punk, and the rub is coming off the right way. Even if
Exactly.
Punk or Bryan wins, he's still looking good
Right.
at the end of it.
Kenny Omega made him look good.
Yep.
I know you don't want to admit that, but it's the truth.
He really did. Yep. Kenny's in that spot. You really ain't able to admit it. And you'll get up for it. You'll get up for it with the Bucks too. You'll get up for it.
Yeah, Kenny Omega specifically, we haven't really seen him like as the baby face putting on these like match of the year candidates yet, because they held themselves back in the first year of
Yeah.
AEW. But
Yeah.
if he can come back and have like match of the year candidates with Adam Cole and
Cause that,
and Kevin Steen,
yeah, cause that match is going to happen.
Yes.
It's going to happen, like for sure.
yeah.
Especially with Mount Rushmore and stuff like that, and Kenny's gonna come back.
Yeah, like I'm sure that they're already planning like Kevin Steen will come in to add to the tension.
Right, exactly. And then, hell, I won't even be surprised that we get a triple threat match. We
Like-
rarely do
like
three-way dances.
2022, we're getting a new elite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Speaking of 2022, what's up with this tournament update for the women?
I just want to talk about how good the matches have been lately on that.
Yeah,
It's
they
going off.
They actually feel important.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa specifically.
Yeah,
That was
very good match.
amazing. It was great. I was like, oh, this is nice.
That ass was amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I love just watching
I'm
shit.
not
Are
trying
you
not trying to be a
sure?
massage.
Are you
Just-
sure?
Yeah, we're not trying to be creeps.
You're not
but-
talking about Becky Two Cheeks, are you?
Oh my god.
Hey, those aren't chopped liver either.
It could be so much better, but like, so it's like, this is my cheeks.
I told her to do that.
Those are my cheeks. I'm in there. But it's just, there's so many good, and like with AEW, and since we're talking about CBS tournament, the women's divisions and stuff like that, like I heard, and this kind of got me thinking about it. Somebody compared Bianca to Britt Baker recently, and it was just like, oh, Bianca's better than her. Like, stop.
How?
Stop. Bianca hasn't done anything yet.
As far as athleticism, I would say so, but just the way she's been booked
Yeah,
lately,
the booking.
no way.
The booking, that's what it is. So, like, just look at Britt Baker with the bloody face or whatever. Have you seen a woman do that?
Nope.
Not not in the mainstream scale.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
crickets on that question right
Yeah, so like, I mean, that's your answer right there. Like, but the difference between AEW's women's division and WWE's women's division is, I mean, it's not even a comparison, because all the undercard women have, and WWE, all the undercard women, they have no direction. And it's not like I'm saying everybody in AEW has a direction, but it's the fact that they're in important matches, they're being featured, things like that, and when they get featured, they're actually, being okay, with the fans. You look at, who was that somebody got pied this
Tony
week.
Storm.
Tony
Like,
motherfucking Storm.
Are you serious? Like, why would you do that? Like, well,
She got pied twice by Charlotte and did nothing about it.
twice. What?
They gave Dana Brooke the 24/7 championship, and now the guys can't
Oh,
pin her.
God.
That's the little so-called story they're going with, right?
That's dumb. Why can't they pin her? What? The
Because
Me
she's a
Too
woman.
movement?
Yeah, that's how much she matters.
Oh my God.
It's probably
Like,
too sexist.
yeah, but then why do it in the first place? That's what I'm saying. Like, they always book themselves into a corner no matter what. It's so stupid. It's like they can't help it. Like, oh, we're in a corner again. Stop.
Yeah, she's the geek champion. Good for her.
Oh God! Like, why are you just? Buck Nasty has no. It's just. I
But
can't.
Nasty has no more words.
I can't. There are no words. We need Morrow in AEW, man. That's what we need. But Elite's taking a little hiatus. It seems like not a little hiatus. No, the Elite's not. Like we touched on the Kenny thing, but I think Nick Jackson has a legit injury or whatever. It's minor, but it's legit.
Yeah, they're also gonna be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
They're still on TV cutting promos and shit.
Which is good, yeah, because I miss me some young bucks if they were gone. Like,
Take them off.
And it is literally Adam
no.
Cole. Take them
No, Cornette. Keeping them on.
No, we got FTR's Warrior capability to keep it
Oh,
in
God.
So just take them off.
There we go.
More TV time for my guys.
You and your traditional and
Right.
marking out shit.
That's pretty much it.
That's what I want.
Oh,
Hey,
but this Friday though, Lucha Bros FTR
Yeah.
in a 2-out-3 falls match for the title.
That's on Rampage, right?
Rampage.
Okay. Yeah, because they
Well,
loaded up.
FTR take those.
They loaded up Dynamite. I mean, like, we're in a position now as to when we here at the Rock Solid Wrestling Talk podcast, we record these shows ahead of time, things like that. We do it at the top of the week. So we will and we can cover both of those at once finally. So
Yes.
that's what we'll do. Just
Even
because
if we have to, we still can do it tonight though.
Oh yeah. I mean, you never know when we're gonna pop up on you, because that's what we do. But running out of time here. But there's just I just want to say kudos to AEW, man. Like they really have restored my love of wrestling, mainstream wrestling, and it's just such a joy to watch every week. Like I sit down
So refreshing.
excited to watch wrestling.
Oh, I want to expand on that because last week I started a new job now, so I can't watch Dynamite live anymore, and I forgot to DVR it. I was scrambling trying to just watch the Punk MJF promo because I just kept hearing so much shit about it.
Yes, sir.
And it was frustrating me, like, I couldn't see it until I saw the YouTube link was up. But that's the thing, like, the show is so good, I'm hearing good things about it, even when I'm on the job, like, oh, I have to watch this right now.
It's that buzz, man. Like that's
Exactly.
Even when they have spoilers,
You still want to
Yeah.
watch it, yes.
Yeah. It's okay, because I like to see what led up to that.
Yeah, exactly. And you're still invested. Like
Yeah.
like I said that on Twitter one time, and I'm glad you brought that up, Cornette, because like seriously, if you bring out spoilers to Rampage and stuff like that, you still want to watch. Even you were in the crowd for Rampage when they came here to Rochester, and I bet you still watched it on TV.
I did.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Like it's just it's different when you're there versus when you're not there and stuff like that. But when you hear or read spoilers, like, oh, Eddie Kingston won, but I want to see the match
I wanna
because
see it
I
play
know
out, yeah.
Kingston is that's something I want to touch on too. Kingston is like ungodly right now. He's hitting all cylinders. Like he did a promo in catering this past week, and it was fire because he really wasn't doing a pro. It was like a backstage segment with Garcia and 2.0.
Yeah, he did it with the young talent.
Yeah.
Garcia and 2.0.
He's putting them over too, because I mean they did something like they threw what is it, coffee in his face?
Yeah, Garcia threw coffee.
Yeah, that was and you know he's making them look good by letting them make him look like a chump in that situation. I heard he won his Rampage match, but then your boy got involved.
You know your boy.
You know who your boy is. Come on, baby!
Oh, the fat man. Yes, the fat man. I got a little confused there for a second.
He calls Jericho the fat man, because Jericho's just like, can you bring it over to me?
Yeah, I'll admit
The
though.
horrible clothesline job. What in the world was that?
Yeah. Jeff Hardy tried his best to sell that too, and yeah, I'll admit I'm not crazy about Jericho like teaming up with Kingston. either, but
we don't need that.
But see, that's the thing with him. He's jumping into everything that's hot.
Because he
Why?
doesn't have his own thing. He has
Everything
his own
that's
thing.
hot, he has to come and just cool it way down. Stay away, Chris. If you're listening, stay away.
Why don't you tell Matt Hardy the same?
Yeah, you too, Matt. It would be wonderful,
Stay
yes. If you
Oh,
just stay
God.
away.
But might I point out how amusing I find it that 2.0 is named Matt and Jeff? I'm sorry, I just
Yeah.
I just gotta mention
That's
that.
crazy.
It's funny to me, you know. That here a squish. That's
I
funny.
didn't even think about that.
But it's the young
Oh.
talent. Just the young talent though, like in AEW, like man, the Dante and the Team Taz thing. I think that's gonna be a swerve, cause
Could be.
yeah, cause they're heel or whatever. I hope we get Dante Martin versus Ricky Starks, like an actual proper feud. That's what I think.
And
I really don't wanna
The
compare-
FTW title in there. 'Cause
I don't want to
that's-
compare that to the Attitude Era, but from top to bottom, everybody has something to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the draw.
And it's all entertainment. There's nothing boring.
And you know-
Everybody has something to do.
you know
Even
why-
on the YouTube TV shows.
You know why everybody has something to do? It's because they have input on their stuff.
Yeah.
It's not overly micromanaged, that's why. Because creative can't cover everything in WWE. But they're doing their own things, they'll go and they're run it by Tony Khan, and he'll see, that was distracting. That was a nice catch, I'm not gonna lie. That they'll think of something, they'll come up with something, they'll go and run it by Tony Khan, and then he'll approve it overnight. That's how it goes, you know, the Bucks output one man, that's cool. That's the same way in WWE, but there's a whole big process or production about it and stuff like that. Because the wrestler has an idea, they take it to somebody for creative, and then creative will try and work it or whatever, they put their own spin on it, they take offense, they'll deny it, they'll come back, and they go back and forth many
Yeah,
times.
sorry guys, he just said he wasn't interested. That's because
Yeah.
you screwed it up.
Right, and that's what Moxley said in his podcast or whatever with Jericho or whatever, like how many times he had, because he had to go directly to Vince to try and get something going.
He could never get nothing popping.
Yep, and that's a shame. That's just really sad.
Yeah, and the difference is, Tony Khan is
He's a-
37, 38-year-old
Yeah.
wrestling mark like us, who's open to this.
Yeah.
This shit. He knows what's good. He knows what's bad.
And not set in his ways.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
He's not set in his ways.
And he has he's willing to put in the resources
Right.
to pull it off and make it happen.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure people changing themes in AEW wasn't, you know, Tony Khan's full idea, but like if Moxley had the idea to use Wild Thing, he went to Tony, he asked her, Tony was like, you know what, I'm gonna get the rights to that one. You know, we don't do this. Like, that's the difference. Like, come on, like, it's night and day. Alright guys, that concludes the first episode of Rock Solid Wrestling Talk Podcast for season 2. We hope you guys enjoyed the new format, and we still have lots to talk about in the future. Again, we're going to be coming at you sometime in the middle of the week. We're trying to hammer down an actual time to, have people look forward to, give you the cast. But eventually, we'll get a specific day that I'll finally feel how production goes and stuff like that, and know what day I can get it off based on when we can record. So yeah. Anything else that you guys want to touch on? Or
Nah. AEW rules, WWE sucks.
AEW rules all, just like the Knicks. They rule all. Many party waves to me. But we are out of here. We'll see you guys next week, and tune in again. That's Kenny Cornett. That's Chico Libre. This is Nasty. We out. Later.